name is Ed Strong. I work for Western Digital. I manage our AV storage business for our worldwide channel. I'm here today to talk to you about the difference between a desktop hard drive and a surveillance hard drive. A desktop hard drive is reading and writing data in a very non-sequential manner, and there is a much more emphasis on how quickly data is read to and written to and read from the hard drive. In the case of surveillance, the data is streaming in. It's being streamed in sequentially. For a hard drive, it's a very different process for reading and storing that data. What that means is we went off and told our engineers, guys, the performance you need for a surveillance-based hard drive is very different than desktop. Take that into consideration and go build a hard drive that performs as it needs to for the surveillance world, but make sure that it's giving as little heat as possible, because heat is the #1 cause for lack of reliability, not just for surveillance, but any system you have. So our engineers came back with a product that they spun the hard drives a lot slower. You can see here we have some thermal images of our AV drive. You can see that this pink and purple area is much cooler. And here is a WD surveillance drive, and then thermal images of competing drives. You can see there's spots where it's much, much hotter. And again, whenever you have hotter, the reliability of the product goes down. And in the surveillance world, the DVR, the #1 cause of failure is a hard drive. So we have a product which we said, guys, go make reliability the #1 priority. Here's the drive we have. This drive is 60% more reliable than a desktop product, okay? And that's on top of the fact that it's being run 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, whereas a desktop drive is being run 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. So,
what's the next trend for the hard drives for video surveillance?
The next trend for surveillance, in the surveillance market, I mean, if you look around here, the constant trend is higher megapixel cameras. It's archiving for more than 30 days. A lot of folks want 60 days of archiving, 90 days, 180 days. Also, frames per second is another thing that a lot of folks are working in. And what that means in terms of a hard drive is that you're going to very quickly go from a 500 gigabyte drive being the standard drive to 1 terabyte to, within the next 6 to 12 months, 2 terabyte could very well be the standard hard drive of choice for all those reasons, because it enables you, in essence, to record an image much higher quality level, so far more megapixels per frame than, say, you could with a 500 gigabyte drive.
And the question is about the SSD drive.
Yes.
What is more reliable, SSD or normal drive?
Okay, interesting question. So, in the cases where the surveillance application is being subjected to extreme shock, operation shock we call it, or where temperature range is very broad, the solid-state drive is the right drive to use, because there are no moving parts. In the case of a hard drive, you can see you have a disk spinning. This head flies nanometers above that disk, and if there's a lot of shaking going on, so if the drive is in a tank, you're going across the desert on a washboard, then this product is not going to be the drive of choice. Instead, you want to go with solid state.
How about the memory cells burning out in SSD? Is it a still problem?
So, I'm not the expert here, but what I believe is that multi-level cells, you can read from the storage very reliable, but when you write a lot, it starts to break down quicker than a hard drive does. With single level cell, it's a more reliable solution.
Okay, thank you very much.